To say it's been a miserable start for both these sides would be something of an understatement. With just 3 wins between them and only London Broncos below them, it's fair to say that Castleford and Hull FC have failed to deliver on their pre-season promises. But hope springs eternal. Players here at the Jungle clearly believe the future looks bright. No less than 7 of them have signed contract extensions just this week. As for Hull, losing at London a fortnight ago may be seen as something of a nadir. But with the news this week that a new coach with bags of NRL experience is on the way for next season, that might just be the catalyst that gives the current squad a chance to regroup and rebuild. Welcome along to the Mendehoes Jungle for round 12 action in the Betfred Super League as Castleford Tigers take on Hull FC, live and exclusive on Sky Sports. This is pretty grim reading if you are a Castleford or Hull FC fan. Only 5 points for the Castleford Tigers. Hull FC on 2. London Broncos snapping at their heels at the bottom of the table, but still an awful long way to go just yet. Tons of action coming for you so far this weekend, of course, in the Betfred Super League round 12, as well as this game tonight. Huddersfield versus Leigh and St Helens versus Leeds is also a cracker. Saturday we bring you an absolute mouthwaterer, Catalan Dragons versus Warrington Wolves from Perpignan. And then on Sunday we finish off the round with London versus Hull KR and another cracker as Salford take on Wigan. Well, as far as the teams are concerned tonight, we'll start with the home side, and Craig Lingard is forced into making changes due to injuries to a couple of key players. Jacob Miller misses out today, so Paul McShane moves into the halves. It means Liam Horne starts up front as hooker, and George Griffin and Sam Hall come in at prop, with Liam Watts and George Hill dropping to the bench. At the back, a major blow as Lewis Senior is expected to be out for anything up to 12 weeks with a ruptured quad injury. His place tonight taken by Jason Gary. As for Hull FC, well, some interesting changes also made by interim coach Simon Griggs. Logan Moy is preferred at fullback to Jack Walker. Brad Fash comes in for his first appearance of the season. He replaces Joe Cater at loose forward. Ben Reynolds makes his debut for the Black and Whites at standoff. And Harvey Barron has recovered from injury. He comes in on the wing, replacing Lewis Martin, who's on the bench. Joining me in the commentary position this evening is John Wells. Very good evening to you, John. 2 great players to look at. Take us through the snapshot.
Yeah, evening, Fraser. Cass and Hull FC may just have 5 and 2 competition points to boast about today. But if you want to hook tonight, take a look at the last line here and recent form. The Castleford Tigers have won 2 and drawn 1 from their last 5 fixtures, so signs of life for the home team. In terms of ones to watch, you're right. Veteran hooker Paul McShane, 200+ games for the Castleford Tigers since 2015. He plays in the halves tonight, opposite former teammate Jake Truman, who's finding his feet back in Super League following a 9-month layoff. Former Man of Steel and former Young Player of the Year go head-to-head.
Our referee this evening is Aaron Moore. Our video referee is Marcus Griffiths, about to get us off and underway. Terrific atmosphere here at the Mendehoes Jungle, as you would expect. This is one of the grounds that I always enjoy coming to, because it always feels as if the supporters are right on top of the pitch. They always create a fantastic racket. It's always tough for any team coming here, isn't it, John?
It looks a little smarter as well in recent months. The Tigers responding to the IMG criteria. The Princes Street stand below where we're commentating from looks fantastic. There's an installation of a new big screen. The pitch, as always, looks wonderful as Hull FC get us underway, Fraser.
It is indeed the visitors who get us off and underway, and first carries through to the middle for the big guys up front. 1 or 2 changes, as we mentioned. Liam Horne there standing at the standoff position there for the moment, as he is first to the ball in this particular circumstances, playing tonight because he's been able to, if you like, get his suspension out of the way. You may remember that he was sent off in the game against St Helens a couple of weeks ago, but because of the break that we had for the Challenge Cup semi-finals, a reserve fixture, of course, meant that Liam Horne served that suspension because of that reserve fixture, and he's back in the side tonight. And it's exactly the same thing that happened for Tommy Makinson for St Helens, who was also sent off in that same game. So that's why he's managed to find himself on the field tonight. Now we're just looking because Brad Fash who is making his first appearance tonight for Hull FC of the season. He's holding his shoulder and he's receiving some medical attention. Now this is going to be an absolute nightmare for Fash. If he's done something serious to his shoulder after literally just seconds on the pitch,
is he okay?
Then we could have a real problem for him here.
Well, the referee shouldn't be stopping the game unless there is a head injury.
There is something that happened there.
Yeah, so that is, I mean, the referee shouldn't be stopping the game unless there's a head injury assessment that needs to be taken care of, and that's indeed what Brad Fash leaves the field for. So his first game for 2024 lasted 51 seconds before he disappeared off the sideline.
Well, let's hope that he plays back in the game. He's gone straight in there.
That was a full-blooded challenge, wasn't it?
Well, he's that kind of player. He doesn't take a step back, does he? But a first ball at the back received and picked up by the youngster Logan Moy, who is preferred at full-back tonight, and a great deal expected of this young man at just the age of 18.
Really looking forward to seeing what Logan Moy is going to produce for us. Still very, very young, just 18 years of age, only his 4th appearance for Hull FC. Won the Academy Player of the Year for the Black and Whites last season. Big future expected of the full-back.
Wrapped up in the tackle is Jake Truman, another player that is hopefully starting to settle now in his time in a black and white shirt. And the contrast, that man on the ball now, Danny Houghton, he's making his 450th career appearance tonight. An incredible career he's had. He was presented with a special shirt as a memento from the club chairman, Adam Pearson, just before the captain's run on Friday, as a high ball is hoisted out into the left-hand side, and Senior in the tackle as players are lining up just behind him. It's interesting to see Paul McShane just waiting there in the halves. He's the one who's had to move around tonight, and Craig Lingard saying that he thought that would probably create the least amount of difficulties for the rest of the side.
Yeah, I think look, he'll maybe play a bit of a hybrid role. He's no stranger to the halves, of course. He's played there plenty of times before. Best known as a hooker. Won Man of Steel for an outstanding season in 2018 as a hooker. But look, does have experience here, and he's a rugby nerd as well, is Paul McShane.
Lovely run from Liam Horn. Managed to bust his way through, and a first little chip forward from McShane. He's gone for the corner, picked up nicely by the young full-back, and wriggling his way through a couple of tackles before he's eventually brought down. Here's Ben Reynolds making his debut for the Black and Whites tonight. And Tom Briscoe now carrying as he's found his way back to the Black and Whites. Here's the big man, Herman SASA.
Strong carry, decent carry from SASA. He's taken a while, hasn't he, to find his feet. Plenty of work, not much impact until the last few games. FC playing off the back of that now. That makes such a difference.
Sutcliffe is wrapped up in the tackle, and Houghton decides to go to his right-hand side on this occasion. And Yusuf Aydin, who is another one who's starting to establish himself in the side, back towards Houghton, and the kick goes into the corner from Truman. They've gone up for it. Harvey Barron, fit again. He's managed to keep the ball alive, but thrown it straight out to a black and yellow shirt. And Castleford will regain possession. Yeah,
nice piece of anticipatory play in the back from Rowan Milnes, it was, who tied it up. Here's Corey Hall, another loan signing who's come across. It's a straight swap, actually, isn't it, for Jack Broadbent, who went the other way.
Westerman offloading the ball. Doing the tackle here as Horn waits for it to come out of the ruck. And you can see straight away Paul McShane shouting, trying to get his players organised and motioning as to where exactly he wants the play to go. On that occasion, Griffin, who's come into the side tonight. And that's a nice little nip through for Corey Hall. He's a lively player. Now towards the middle, and Mill with a high kick, another tester for the young fullback. Moy.
Yeah, some nice early touches for Logan Moy. I've liked what I've seen so far. And look, he'll be wanting exactly that. Young and inexperienced, and the best way to find yourself into a game is to get your hands on the ball early. He's taken a couple of those now, well positioned.
No surprise that Castleford will want to try and test him out as much as they possibly can early doors. Houghton waits, dummy half over on the far side, and towards the big guys again. Lemon CSC and Liggy Sow will be making a lot of yards tonight, I'm sure. Here is SCSE.
Hey, look, those that remain have had a rocket put up them as well over the last couple of weeks. Jade Knockenbaugh, Franklin Pele, two big-name overseas signings have been shipped out on loan. That's a shot across the bows to those that stay in. You know, there's more expected of you if you want to wear a black and white shirt. The team's going set for set at the moment, both settling into the rhythm, finding the feet in the early stage of this game.
Tex Hoy had come into the back line now, and McShane takes over with Hoy just alongside him, but gone over on the far side. As Horn waits again in towards this halfway line, and Brad Fash looks as though he might come back onto the field, but a break here for Castleford, and a lovely overlap here, and Liam Horn will get the first try of the evening. A little break through the middle, and the simplest of finishes for Liam Horn, and it's the Tigers who draw first blood.
That's a brilliant piece of work midfield. We'd seen a bit of pre-line passing into play between these Castleford Tigers forwards. Sam Hall tipped on in a previous set. This time, he shoots through a hole. Lovely little, softly weighted pre-line pass. Hull FC players stood watching, and Sam Hall streaks into the backfield. Liam Horn off the back end of that, and it's a lovely little inside ball from Joe Westerman. And Sam Hall commits to fullback, and Liam Horn underneath the sticks to open the scoring. It's a lovely piece of play. It's an overchase, isn't it, from Hull FC? They've opened up a gap inside them at marker. Hall straight through the hole, and Horn. And look, at this early stage in the game, you've got to think that's been reviewed. It's been previewed rather by Craig Lingard and the coaching staff here at the Castleford Tigers. Perhaps a little bit too eager out of dummy half and A defender. And Joe Westerman, experienced as he is, he's felt that inside pressure, and they put an outlet in there for Westerman in the shape of Sam Hall. The quickly improving Sam Hall, and Rome Milnes gets the easiest of opportunities to open up a 6-point lead.
And he takes it, as you would expect from an angle like that. That's his 15th goal of the season. Second try of this season for Liam Horn. He's appeared in all 13 matches so far for Castleford. Not always starting though. 4 of those have been sub, including the last 3 games. But certainly had a terrific start to the game so far. It was largely put on a plate for him though.
Yeah, and a lot of the signings that have been made by the Castleford Tigers over the last week or two have all focused on youth. Look at the try scorer there. Liam Horn's made a very, very good case for himself in the early stages of this season for a contract extension as well. I know he's a big fans' favourite, and they're very, very keen to see him extend his stay here.
Lovely work by Alex Mellor. As, he brings it forward. 7 players having signed contract extensions just in the last week, and I understand there might be some more to come as well. As a lovely handoff there, and an opportunity brought back in. Lovely kick over the top. Tex Hoy chasing after it down the line. Tex Hoy with a brilliant chip and chase, and a fantastic finish under real pressure from the black and white defenders. What a lovely piece of work that was, and Castleford within moments have doubled their lead.
And don't you dare tell me that a player playing for the first time against the club that decided they could do without him, that it doesn't matter. Take a bow, Tex Hoy. That's 2 tries in 8 minutes, and they're outstripping the clock at this stage in the game, and it all came again from some beautiful passing play deep inside their own half. Rome Milnes spread out to this right-hand edge, and then it was Tex Hoy who provided the ball to Corey Hall. He struck down the outside, found Gary back to the supporting Hoy, and then the kick of the chase. He got the bounce, didn't he? Was waiting for it, was patient, got the bounce, got the score. 10-0, 9 minutes gone. They're going at a rate of knots, the Castleford Tigers. That's brilliant stuff to see down this right-hand flank, and a great piece of opportunist play to chip over the fullback and open the scoring against his former team. And don't you dare tell me it doesn't mean more.
It was a beautiful chip and chase, it has to be said. And yeah, it's always the case, isn't it, that players, when they get released by clubs, next time they come up against them, yeah, I've got a little something to show you.
Yeah, he'll tell you. Look, anybody who asks him, he'll tell you, oh no, it's just another game, it's just another game. Nonsense. He'll enjoy that. He'll really enjoy that.
Don't believe a word of it. Meantime, Rome Milnes has the chance to add the extras. Slightly more difficult from this angle, but I expect that he will probably be just as successful, and indeed he is. 2 from 2, and 12-0 the Castleford Tigers leads. We're just coming up to 10 minutes on the clock, and Craig Lingard could not possibly have asked for a better start for this game.
No, well, look, it's a fair statement of intent as well, isn't it? You know, they've decided that this is the brand of rugby they want to play. They've been in the doldrums for the opening 7 or 8 rounds of the season, the Castleford Tigers, and they've sprung to life. A couple of wins and a draw, that famous golden point extra time against the Lee Leopards, away at the Lee Leopards in round 10, couldn't split the teams, and I think they take a lot of confidence from that. Tex Hoy now 2 tries and 5 try assists in just his 4th appearance for the Tigers. I think he's breathed life into that back line.
Sam Wood marauding forward here as Liam Horn picks it up, and he's had a big influence on the game so far, the way that he's very, very quickly got the ball recycled every time a tackle is made. It's just really put Hull on the back foot in these early stages, but someone in the way on that occasion, and the charge down goes the other way. So
it's going to be Hull FC ball.
Yeah,
so the charge down is legitimate. That's not classed as a knock-on, and then Liam Horn's not able to gather cleanly. So this will be Hull ball halfway line. Do you know what? They needed that as well, because they were getting rolled downfield very easily.
They just need to take a little break, don't they, and gather their thoughts a little bit, because they've been pushed back so much and hit hard with 2 very, very quick tries. It's knocked the wind out of them a little bit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Craig Lingard, I'm glad to see he's got something on his feet today. In case you're unaware, he does like to walk on with nothing on his feet
part of the barefoot brigade, isn't he?
It's glad to see that he's wearing something.
There's a time and a place for that, and it's not February and March in Castleford. So.
He will tell you that it doesn't matter. Danny Houghton then in towards this near side, and Jackie Chan has come on by the looks of things as a first half substitute. He must have been the player to replace Brad Fash then. So Hull now for the first time getting close in to the 10-metre line, but that looks like a little nasty one on the ankle for Herman Esiesi, but Danny Houghton decides to try and go it alone. Esiesi is still struggling at the moment. Ben Reynolds then gets it down the right-hand side. A chip ball in towards the right-hand side from Jake Truman. They're getting pushed back, though, and that one will go out of play. And that's a first decent defensive set, really, I suppose, in the first test for the Castleford defence.
Yeah, I think the referee's saying, though, that it's touched by Paul McShane in the act of making the tackle. I mean, you're not going to have... Yeah, it's that. It's Paul McShane's right hand as the attempted pass came from Cameron Scott to get it back in field. So this will be another set starting underneath the sticks. First real test of the Tigers' defence, this.
Castleford then with some defending to do as Houghton down to the left-hand side for SCSA. So Jordan Lane tries to bring it forward now. Tackled short, and Houghton goes through the middle. Truman now towards Reynolds. Out wide, they come down the line and towards the edge of it. As Moore is pushed almost out of play.
That's brilliant work from the Tigers. They've gained possession as well. So Cameron Scott's tried desperately to throw the ball back in play. Snapped up by Alex Mellor. And the Tigers get reprieve. It was a good-looking spread play from Hull FC. Logan Moy getting himself into position. Quick early ball to the centre, but great response defensively from the Tigers.
Can they turn it into a decent attack now? They're still being pegged back just in front of their own 10-metre line.
Yeah, it's brilliant work, wasn't it? Sam Wood, Paul McShane, they're not letting Cameron Scott get to the floor.
Corey Hall in the tackles. Westerman now pushing his way forward, and Griffin was waiting for the loose pass that might come his way, but it didn't. Horn brings it inside. This will be a high hoisted one. Looking for Moy again, who so far has been equal to every challenge that's come his way, but now Barron being pushed a long way back by the chasing Castleford Tigers. Into the middle, and Liam Sutcliffe getting wrapped up. Houghton and towards the middle for Jordan Lane. Lane with some good pushing forward. Meanwhile, over at Headingley, St Helens 6-0 down against Leeds Rhinos. Good starts for the visitors so far.
Still 4.
As Ben Reynolds flings one out to the right-hand side. Moyes coming to the line. And then wrapped up in the middle is Cameron Scott.
Go 5.
Tom Briscoe bringing it back, and now Reynolds again with that high tester. That's nicely taken at the back by Gary. He was under a lot of pressure there from Lane.
Yeah, it had to be, didn't it? Good take under pressure from Gary. First team opportunities limited so far this year. But that's a confident take. The Weldon Road end getting a little restless here. They're thinking that Hull FC jumping the gun a little bit.
Ellie Al-Zakim is tackled and gets to his feet rather gingerly as well. He took a big hit there. As in comes another big hit, this time on Sam Hall, and the referee being shouted at because some of the Castleford players think that was a high tackle. And he agrees eventually.
Well, it was a high tackle on Sam Hall. Sam Hall, of course, one of a clutch of young players. The Castleford Tigers clearly looking to the future, sign new deals this week. Sam Hall, just 22, he signed a 2-year deal. Jason Gary, we just saw take the high ball, 20 years of age, 2-year deal. George Hill coming off the bench. Watch out for him, by the way. 3-year deal as we see Brad Fash return to the fray. He's clearly passed his HIA. So the Tigers building for the future. There is the next 5-10 years on show here. We're getting a sneak peek on both sides, actually. Some young talent.
Lewis and Innes Senior both signed new deals as well, along with Alex Mellor and Kane Robb. So, as you say, John, everybody looking towards the future. This Castleford side is a lovely off-road by Westerman as he manages to find George Griffin. And now Hall as Castleford come forward once more. Mills to the 10-metre line. And Brad Fash getting stuck into play as Westerman flings it out towards McShane. And then wrapped up is Wood. And Mellor. They're still on the attack, though, down the left side, and McShane with a grubber kick, which is gobbled up by the Hull FC defence.
Yeah, not sure it was the right option. That Rowan Milnes had a kick play set up to this right-hand edge. So Paul McShane's overcalled. Not a bad place to turn over, and the line speed's pretty good from the Tigers.
Barron now to the 20. And Houghton wants it played quickly, and he goes out to the left-hand side. In the tackle here, and you'll be expecting that Castleford would be keen to kick on from that first half performance we saw against St Helens a couple of weeks ago, where they looked in good nick. Unfortunately, all fell apart in the second half, though, but signs of some positive things elsewhere in Super League tonight. And so far it's the visiting sides in the other two games that have taken advantage. Lee Leopards 6-0 up at Huddersfield Giants. Keep to date with all the games as they go on throughout the evening. Tigers leading 12 points to 0 at the moment as we reach almost the halfway point of the first half.
Well, Hull FC have steadied the ship a little, haven't they? They got stung in the opening 7 or 8 minutes of the game. Paul McShane forced into a long raking kick, doesn't, well, it was potentially 40-20, doesn't find it. Briscoe back, unloads to Moy. Now this kick can move. Good footwork, good first carry.
Decent little run from Logan Moy. He was last season's Academy Player of the Year. There's Barron back in the side after a spell out through injury. And as much as we can talk about Castleford giving us a glimpse of the future, perhaps Hull giving us quite a glimpse of the future tonight as well, John. Lots of young players in this side and coming through the squad. By contrast, Danny Houghton brings it out towards the right-hand side. And Yusuf Aydin is tackled before. Houghton gets it away once more to Ben Reynolds. Ben Reynolds with a show and go. Still going, Ben Reynolds. Can he find the try line? Can he find a player just a little bit too far forward as the Castleford defence came in and did just enough?
Yeah, it was a forward pass in the end from Ben Reynolds. He was desperately looking for an outlet, wasn't it? Great dancing footwork. Just that marker and a defence, first defenders off the ruck, just a little too wide for the Castleford Tigers. Picked immediately by Ben Reynolds, but the scramble was enough to force Simon Grix's new debutant halfback Ben Reynolds into a forward pass.
seconds, boys.
Be interesting to see how that partnership works out between him and Jake Truman.
No, well, Jake was quoted in the media this week saying he was really looking forward to playing alongside Ben Reynolds. Said he was a big fan of what he was doing at the Lee Leopards. Clearly can play the game.
Very experienced player now. Ben Reynolds at the age of 30. Actually began his career here at Castleford. He only played the 4 games though. Of course, most famous for his time at Lee Leopards. Where he's had 8 clubs over his 10-year period of playing. Scored over 1,000 points. Half of those coming from goals. So if Hull FC get a try sooner or later, I'm sure we'll be seeing him with the kicking boots on. Castleford though on the attack here.
Listen, that set just looked a little flat-footed. That set lacked a little bit of direction. Rowan Milnes bobs it into the corner. Logan Moy happy to see that go over the touchline. It's a good end to what was a fairly middling set, and the Tigers didn't really get hold of that.
Craig Lingard prowling the touchline. Many of his assistant staff watching on from the opposite touchline and keeping him fully up to date with how things look from this angle. Hull FC in possession at the moment there. Then is tackled. And Truman waits for the ball to come out to the left side. Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe upended. Houghton waits. Goes to his right-hand side this time. Reynolds pushing it out wide. Aiden tackled as it comes through the middle again.
Stand up.
Liggy Sow upended as Danny Houghton goes for the chip forward. Texoy scrambling to the back.
Yeah, decent kick to space that from Danny Houghton. Texoy's pinned on his own 10. That's a decent set from Hull FC.
Oh, a mistake there. It was a bad mistake.
Well, do you know what? You get your rewards from hard work, and that's what Hull FC did in this set. Immediately shift to the left. Truman!
Looking for a fire. He found it. He's found the pass. And Harvey Barron goes over in the corner. And quick as you like, the mistake is punished with a try in the corner.
Yeah, it was brilliant work. First of all, from Danny Houghton, it was a long raking kick downfield, found space, pinned Texoy in a corner. Innes Senior with the mistake on the first carry, but just how quickly Hull FC transitioned from that kick chase and defence into attack. The kick was wonderful, wasn't it? Into space, turned the Tigers around. Texoy could do nothing else but take the tackle. And the mistake off the back of that led to this, and you could see this straight away. Truman just looked, eyes up, Rugby. Brilliant looped ball to Harvey Barron. Not a Castleford defender in sight. And that's a fair riposte from Hull FC, who were well and truly under the pump in the opening 10 minutes of this game. They found the feet, the old head, got them the position of the territory, and the mistake gave Jake Truman, who is still in that settling-in period following an extended 9-month layoff. And we've seen glimpses of the brilliance that he's capable of in the games that he has played.
1 minute then.
And Truman comes up with his second try assist, and that was a fair effort as well.
Ben Reynolds has got over 500 points in his career as far as goals are concerned, but he'll have a real job to add to it from this angle. It's going to take all his experience to try and get this one over, and he'll no doubt be getting a warm reception from the Castleford fans just behind him as he lines this one up. He's gone for it, and it looks pretty good. It is very good indeed. So, as you say, John, an excellent riposte from the Hull FC side. Not only getting the try, but sliding over the goal as well, and keeping them very much in touch at this stage of the game.
Yeah, and it all came from that error, didn't it, from Innes Senior. When Hull FC responded straight away. Take a look at this for a ball from Jake Truman. Just sums up the defence and sees Eli El-Zakem stuck out on the wing, and that was absolutely outstanding, summed up and executed in the blink of an eye.
Harvey Barron's first try of the season. as you mentioned earlier, back in the side after an injury. So he'll be absolutely delighted with that, as Aiden manages to find a willing defender in an attacker rather in Liggy Sao. Here's Fash through the middle for SESA. Glad that Brad Fash is back on the side after that early scare, because having spent so long out on the sidelines, to be sent off the field for a head injury assessment and a good look at you after only a few seconds, well, that must have been, well, his heart must have been in his mouth on that occasion.
Good
Maybe he's getting stuck in.
Good set after points from Hull FC. Texoy had to get right on his bike to stop that from being a 40-20.
Gary is tackled eventually. Another one of the players that has signed a new contract. Fash getting involved again. As Horn waits. Liam Watts was tackled, and an early shot in towards McShane. And Wood will pick this one up on the halfway line now. And Castleford going for the kick with Rowan Milnes. And another tester for Logan Roy, who positioned himself well again. Waiting for some support, but elects to cut inside instead.
That's a good recovery work from the fullback. Change for the Castleford Tigers. George Griffin has left the field, and young George Hill has come on the field, also celebrating a new contract. Number 29, just making the tackle there. And I tell you what, from the limited stuff that I've seen from Emery watching his debut against Wigan early in the season, and for a 19-year-old kid, I tell you, he's got a lot about him. Another one, I think, with a huge future in the game.
A lot of positivity about Castleford at the moment. Not only the Princes Street stand below us, open for the first time fully this evening with all the seating in, but also a brand new big screen over in the corner as well, which we might see if we end up with a...
Look, well, this was dramatic from Texoy. He didn't need to be, because it wasn't a 40-20. I think he misread where Danny Houghton had kicked that from.
McShane going short.
Strong carry.
Lovely big carry. Liam Watts, who was involved, as Westerman pings it out towards the right-hand side. Eli El-Dakim, as in comes through the middle. 6 apiece now, as St Helens take on Leeds. So tries going in at a steady rate so far this evening. Milnes again with a high tester. This time it's Briscoe underneath it, using all his experience to bring the ball down.
Yeah, he was under. Look, he wasn't under genuine pressure, because I don't think anybody was going for the ball, but used all his experience there. Tidy take in the end from Briscoe.
Moy with a run, still going. Logan Moy, nice little run from him. He's looking like a little jack-in-the-box player every now and then when he gets the opportunity. As Liggy Sao is brought down with a big tackle on him. Houghton to Fash. SESE is with him, but Fash is the one who goes down in the tackle. Houghton wants it played quickly. Another chip into the corner now to put some pressure on the home side defence. Hoy chasing after it, and he's got away with one there. He was caught just on the line, and he ducked under a tackle.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's time again there, because he's let that bounce. I don't know why he wanted that to go out of play. You're always taking a risk, and the Tigers, as a consequence, are now pinned in this corner. Good carry, tough carry from Liam Watts. But you don't let those. You don't anticipate. You could have taken that 5 metres further in front, because what we have now is well and truly in the set. The Tigers were, until that high shot was conceded by Hull FC, under a great deal of pressure.
Liggy Sao penalised on that occasion for the high shot on Jason Gary. He was definitely going down in the tackle there. Ball out of play then. And Corey Hall will get us back underway. With Castleford Tigers closing in on the halfway line. Horn out wide to
nothing in
Joe
it.
Westerman.
Like what I'm seeing here with the Tigers, got running options with them. In fact, Liam Watts has been hit on suspicion here. Ref's not picked it up.
Nothing in it.
Watts is still struggling as play continues. But the physios have come on to have a look at Liam Watts.
Yeah, he just can't do this. Brad Fash can't do that. But referee's not picked up. The Tigers, they're not hanging around. They're in full flow.
Watts still receiving treatment. The referee's seen something here.
Yeah, just too much on at the ruck.
Yeah, clearly late.
It's the rather exaggerated referee terminology for too much at the ruck.
Yeah. Well, at least he made the signal very clear.
Yeah, I mean, look, Brad Fash, you know why he's doing it, because the Tigers have tipped a couple of passes on already, but that really should have been a penalty. Either way, they get it a couple of sets late, a couple of plays later. Tigers set up for a shift to the right here.
Liam Horn, plenty of willing runners, one of which is Liam Watts, back up on his feet. After that little injury a little earlier, Horn goes to the right-hand side again. Flung in towards the near side, almost over the line there, Tex Hoy. Hoy was smelling the try line there. A wayward pass on this occasion, though. Picked up by Gary. Just a couple of metres short. They can sense another try here, Castleford. As it's sprung out to the right-hand side from Milnes. And the wrong option there, but he might get another go. Milnes diving on the loose ball. There were hands in earlier on. The referee, quite rightly, wants to have another look at this one. So for the first time, we go upstairs.
We've got to
hear from Marcus Griffiths.
Just confirm Liam Sutcliffe loses the ball backwards and then it's grounded by Castleford.
It's tackle 4. We've got an on-field decision of a try, so we'll stop this on the foot to see who's onside and offside. So the live call is everybody to the right of the kicker is onside. And now we will go to camera 8. So the ball is lost by Hull FC. It's never grounded by Hull FC. And then the ball is grounded. I have a decision.
Thanks, mate.
And the brand new screen here at the Jungle will tell you that the try has been given. And it was a fairly easy decision in the end as Rowan Milnes diving down on the loose ball.
Yeah, I thought he'd made the wrong decision coming back the short side. There was a big shift, structured play set up, but he's obviously seen something. And it's not often you get a try assist credited next to your own try, but he does on this occasion. So Milnes has gone through and it's a right mess in the back between Liam Sutcliffe and Logan Moy. Sutcliffe really, yeah, I don't think he needs to pick it up at that point. Just got to ground that, make that ball safe, because if you don't, then they can be the consequences. And Rowan Milnes will aim to maintain his perfect kicking record.
2 from 2 so far for Milnes. %100% record would be nice. And now he's I thought that was going wide there for just a moment.
It wasn't the best looking of conversions, but Rowan Milnes now goes to 3 tries and 3 try assists, and he's picked one of each up in that single play. It's a switching play, wasn't it? And then just a speculative kick that's just not dealt with. Not tidied up by Hull FC, and they've paid the price for that in the form of a converted try.
They receive the ball again from the kickoff, the home side. And McShane in towards Watts.
Well, it's
his way forward here.
It's a shame for Hull FC, because I think they've worked their way back into the game after that opening salvo from the Castleford Tigers. Just disciplined midfield, couple of penalties conceded, and then that goal line defence and that defensive discipline looked very fragile, didn't it?
McShane quickly down the line towards Alex Mellor. Loads of games coming up for you over the course of Saturday and Sunday and round 12 in the Super League. Don't forget Saturday, Catalans versus Warrington. That will be an absolute belter. London versus Hull KR on another mouthwaterer to finish things off as Salford take on Wigan. Two of the great entertainers in Super League so far this season, but we've been treated to some great entertainment here, particularly from the Castleford Tigers.
Well, Sam Wood got up well there, didn't he? Logan Moy, I think, made exactly the right decision. He was never going to outcompete Sam Wood in the air. There was probably about a foot difference between the two of them, but he's done the next best thing. As Sam Wood has regained his feet, Logan Moy's finished him off nicely.
Briscoe was looking for the offload, but it wasn't coming, and quick feet from Danny Houghton. Ball down eventually, though.
Hold it, boys. Hold it.
Truman waiting in the middle. Barron down the line again. Quick stuff. This is good from Hull FC as Liam Sutcliffe looks to try and offload in the tackle, but he's eventually brought down. Jordan Lane in at dummy half in towards Jack Ashworth, who's come on. Houghton waits to his left side. A long kick forward from Truman. Another one for Texhall to go chasing after. This time gets hold of it fully and properly.
That's a couple of times now from Texhall. I think you just got to be a bit more positive with these kicks. I don't think you can, as a fullback, you can sit there wishing and hoping that balls are going to go dead or into touch. I think you need to take the initiative. They're 18 points to 6 up, playing with a fair bit of confidence.
Do you look a little bit tentative there, perhaps?
No, I think he's trying to play the safe game, and I think if you just be a bit more proactive about it, you'll end up with better results.
Lee have increased their lead. The John Smiths, they lead Huddersfield by 8 points to 0. Fashion the challenge here as Horn takes it out quickly for Westerman, and that was a high challenge on Westerman there by Jack Ashworth.
Now, Simon Griggs did say midweek, he talked about defence and discipline. They were two key words they wanted to spend some time on. Now, when he was talking about discipline, he didn't necessarily, he did qualify that by saying it's not just about penalties conceded, it's also about how they finish sets. But I tell you what, on the evidence of the last 3 minutes, he may as well have stuck with a literal interpretation of discipline, because they've been poor. Really poor.
Yeah, it was not a great challenge, that one, from Jack Ashworth.
No, he's been on the field 90 seconds. You want your bench players to make an impact, and a positive impact, and that coaching group will be really disappointed about the opening contributions from Ashworth. Soft carry, and then got caught very, very easily with a... Look, you know, nothing in it, a high shot, but it doesn't need to be a high shot either.
Yeah, just a penalty.
Referee going to have a word.
I'll have a word on the run.
No, I'd be amazed if there was anything more than it.
Yeah. Yeah, high tackle.
There's no degree of force in that. It's just, if anything, it's come up off the shoulder.
I'll speak to him on the run. Jack,
but what it's going to cost him is
Jack, be very careful.
Another set of six and a set of burning lungs for Hull FC players who are going to finish this set defending on their own line.
You may have heard there Aaron Moore just going over to Jack Ashworth and telling him be very careful. You don't want to see too many tackles like that through the game. Horn, and now Westerman back on his feet as he finds Watts. 20 metres from the Hull FC line. Horn goes the other way this time, down to the right-hand side, and they were looking for Gary, but it's been an interception for Liam Sutcliffe, and Sutcliffe has got the legs here. Has he got support? Will he need it? Liam Sutcliffe going all the way into the corner, and Hull FC pull back another try from absolutely nowhere.
And it's only the chase back from Paul McShane that stopped that being underneath the sticks. Sutcliffe has positioned himself really well in the centres here. Tex Hoy for the Castleford Tigers just overplayed his hand a little bit. They're not playing Hoy out the back at the moment. They're playing him almost like as an alternate six. Hoy flat in the line. Yeah, and look, it's just great positioning. It's great positioning and it's bad pass selection. But once he's got into some space, Liam Sutcliffe has really shown a clean pair of heels. He's a very, very experienced player, is Sutcliffe, and that's brilliant positioning. Got himself right in between two Castleford Tigers defenders. And could that be the pendulum swing, the momentum swing that Hull FC needed?
It has to be said that Castleford did look as if they were threatening to maybe run away with this game in the earlier stages, but fair play to Hull FC. They've stuck at it. A little bit of genius from Danny Houghton to get the first try, and then a lovely piece of speed from Liam Sutcliffe to get the second. And if Ben Reynolds can pop another one over from here, then this game is still very, very much in the balance.
Yeah, it's an important kick, this. Nearly half the game gone. And this turns it into a one-score game. Significant kick, I think, in the context of this game.
Well, it could make that fella a little bit happier as they go into the sheds. Especially if Ben Reynolds can pop this one over. It's from a similar angle to how it was previously. And on this occasion, he's just pushed it slightly to the right.
Yeah, take a look at the positioning of Liam Sutcliffe here defensively. He's had a torrid season. I mean, the start of the season for everybody for Hull FC has been a complete bin fire, hasn't it? But I tell you what, you build off things like that. Got himself in the right position and then saw green open space in front of him, and he's chewed the meters up and reduced the arrears to just 8 points.
Look at who was there chasing him all the way, though, to the try line.
Yeah, well, that would have been 18-12, but for Paul McShane's cover attempt, yeah.
He's very much the beating heart of the Castleford Tigers. NRL action coming up over the course of the weekend as well. We've got it all covered for you here on Sky Sports. If you love your rugby league, this is the place to be.
Tell you what, Warriors-Dolphins is going to be a great game, isn't it? You know, New Zealand Warriors getting up in fantastic fashion in the Magic Weekend at Suncorp last weekend. That'll be some game. But we've got some game here, Fraser. Hull FC, they're not lying down, are they? They're not capitulating.
Certainly not. Here's Ben Reynolds, who's been very much at the centre of the creative force that Hull FC have had this evening, along with Danny Houghton. Truman's lovely little kick over the top. This will be a tester. Taken well, very well by Tex Hoy. It's been an interesting battle between the fullbacks, hasn't it, so far? Tex Hoy, though, will probably feel the happier because he's the one who's managed to get himself on the try line, on the try score sheet rather, against his former side.
Good couple of carries, really tough carries. First from Sam Wood, then from Innes Senior. Just get him out of trouble, get him out of the corner. Now they're playing a little bit, the Tigers. Here's Corey Hall.
3 in the tackle to bring Hall down. Hall wants to take it quickly, and he's got willing runners here as well.
Yeah, sometimes Liam Hall, he always takes that step out of dummy half. Sometimes when you've got someone screaming through in front of you, just let it go. As the Castleford Tigers just got it to touch through the boot of Paul McShane. That's been a really enthralling first half of rugby, Fraser.
I'd love to see what it is that the two sets of coaching teams have to say to their players at half-time. Castleford ahead as far as the score sheet is concerned, but Hull FC very, very much still in it as the two sides go into the shed. Castleford leading by 18 points to 10.
Sky Sports is bringing you 50% more sport in 2024. Introducing Sky Sports Plus, serving up brand new live streams and a dedicated channel. Watch your EFL team over 20 times next season. Over 100 tennis tournaments. And every men's Super League match. All as part of your subscription. Sky Sports Plus. More sport, more choice, more than ever before.
Welcome back to the jungle, where Castleford lead at the break, but so much more to come because Sky Sports got even better right now, bringing you over 50% more sport this year with new live streams and a dedicated channel. Introducing Sky Sports Plus, launching this August at no extra cost. Every match from the Men's Super League. If you love your tennis, we've got 100 tournaments across the US Open, ATP and WTA tours. You can watch your EFL team, if you like football, over 20 times per season live on Sky Sports. and you can enjoy over 1,000 live EFL games, including every Carabao Cup fixture. So Castleford Tigers leading at the break. It's been a cracking ding-dong game so far. Tigers leading by 18 points to 10. John Wells, it's been entertaining stuff.
Yeah, it has. You see the tries, Horn and Moy in the opening 10 minutes. Let's start with Liam Horn's then, because it came from midfield, and a real trademark of the first half has been that interplay between forwards, midfield, Hall into the backfield. Liam Horn opens the scoring underneath the sticks. That was 6-0 on 6 minutes. And it looked very, very good and very, very easy, particularly when Tex Hoy finished off a wonderful flowing move that started deep inside the Tigers' own half. Hoy actually involved in this early part of the half, gets it out to Corey Hall. Gary passes back in, and wasn't that a wonderful kick from Tex Hoy? Waits for the bounce, patient, and when Hoy got into the backfield and saw Moy in front of him, he knew exactly what he needed to do. Chip the fullback, wait for the bounce, be patient. 12 points to 0, 8 minutes gone. Now Hull FC did respond, and it came from the boot of Danny Houghton. This set up position and really pinned Tex Hoy in a corner, the Castleford Tigers in a corner. It's a great kick chase, and off the back of that Insigne with an uncharacteristic error, but just how quickly Hull FC fell into attacking shape, I was impressed with. And as soon as the ball got into Jake Truman's hands, he summed up the defensive situation really quickly, and Harvey Barron crossed in the corner. That was 12 points to 6, just after the quarter of the game mark. Then on the half hour, Rowan Milnes was provider and try scorer to take the Castleford Tigers out to a 12-point lead. A kick just not dealt with, not diffused in the in-goal, and a comedy of errors led to Rowan Milnes dotting down a 12-point lead that was cut to just 8 3 minutes before half-time, with Liam Sutcliffe's timely intercept of an errant pass from Tex Hoy, and he went fully 80 metres to score right in front of the Weldon Road crowd, who were not happy at all. 8-point lead, but I tell you what, it's not a comfortable lead for Craig Lingard's side, this, Fraser, because Hull FC have shown that they've got some fight in them.
What do you think the two coaches will be saying to their respective squads in the sheds right now? I mean, Craig Lingard, I guess, more of the same perhaps,
well,
but just keep an eye on the defence.
I'll tell you what, I'll look at Simon Griggs. I think that's the most significant one, because Simon Griggs has got to go. Were you listening to me in the week when I said defence and discipline, the key words for them? The Castleford Tigers have enjoyed the majority of the possession. In terms of the missed tackles, you know, that's part of that defensive discipline that Simon Griggs was talking about. Not just high shots, but also what they do, where they turn the ball over. And there's a conflab going on there between the coaching group. They look fairly jovial, but I'll tell you what, there's still some fix-up in this Hull FC squad.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. We will, of course, bring you the second half very, very shortly here as Castleford at the break are leading Hull FC by 18 points to 10.
It is Rugby League Reloaded for 2024.
Big hit goes in there.
This is getting fiery now. Making it all look magic. This is more than just a game. He's prolific this year.
Oh, what a challenge that was. Sensational try.
They go for glory and they win the game. It has been marvellous and memorable.
Come on, comms.
Welcome back to the Mandahose Jungle. So much coming up over the course of the weekend. Round 12 of the Betfred Super League. Tomorrow we got a mouth-waterer, Catalan Dragons versus Warrington, followed by another on Sunday as Salford and Wigan, the great entertainers, go head-to-head. And then London versus Hull KR finishes off the round on Sunday afternoon. Here at the Jungle, it's been a fantastic first half so far. Castleford Tigers leading by 18 points to 10. Huddersfield 14-0 down at home to Lee Leopards and St Helens, 12 points to 6 up against the Leeds Rhinos. I'm going to try and see if I can very quickly grab a quick word. John, if you just pass your headset, we'll have a quick word with Danny Maguire, who's just come over to the commentary position. Danny, your thoughts on the first half so far?
Yeah, good tussle. I thought we let Hull back into the game with obviously the 2 errors for their tries, but we've done some good stuff. We're fairly pleased, but we've got to hammer it home now. Second half's really important. The start of the second half's really important now, and we need to have some intent, some discipline, and this game's ours if we want it. So happy, but still things to improve and keep challenging the boys.
Bagsy, thanks for coming on for a moment or two. Brilliant to get Danny Maguire there, as he literally was just walking past and John Wells accosted him with his headphones and just said have a quick word with us. But nice to hear his thoughts. Why not?
My thoughts on Craig Lingard. Well, why not find out from the assistant coach? A great sport is Danny, always has been, friend to Sky Sports, so thank you for that contribution and that insight from inside the dressing room.
To be fair, he wasn't a bad player either, was he?
He was all right.
He's still got the record, I think, hasn't he? Has Ryan Hall equalled it yet? I'm not quite sure.
No, he still holds it, I think, doesn't he?
Just. In the meantime, Hull FC in possession, 18 points to 10, Castleford lead as we start the second half. Danny Houghton over on the far side, bringing it back in towards the long side as Zach Jebson, who's come on as a substitute, goes down in the tackle, and Houghton finds Truman, and Truman with a long high ball, and the referee just getting in the way there as Ben Reynolds went charging back and absolutely clobbered Aaron Moore there.
Yeah, safe catch by Tex Hoyer, makes meters as well off the back of it. Look, they're the bonuses from fullbacks. Good kick pressure. It's always nice if a fullback can make 10 meters off the back of it as well.
First score in the second half is going to be absolutely crucial for whoever takes it, because it will be a case of either Hull putting themselves firmly back in the game, or it'll be a case of the Castleford Tigers perhaps pulling away a little bit. Sylvester Narmo has come onto the field for the home side in this second half. Push forward through Elsa Keeve, and now Liam Horn, and he's got Narmo alongside with him, but still going. Liam Horn, and he's done well yet, pushing off another tackle. This is terrific work from Liam Horn, but the referee has blown the whistle.
He's a real live wire, isn't he? Sometimes you just want to point him in the right direction and go, look, you've got the offload, run straight. But he's drawn a penalty anyway. At that point, you just think he takes the meters there, but dances around 2 or 3 more tackles. And eventually it's a lazy arm from Sutcliffe that concedes a penalty. So, an early look for the Castleford Tigers. I'm really keen to see what Hull FC do defensively. It's an important defensive set early in this second half for Hull FC.
Here is Narmo, as he's brought down 20 metres short of the Hull FC line. Castleford clearly mean business and going at it full pelt straight out of the sheds for the second half. Horn again, way out to the left hand side for McShane, and almost it'll come to Senior, and he just couldn't quite hold it. So close.
I'll tell you what, I would never discourage Texoy from trying that again, because what he's given, what he's unlocked in this Castleford Tigers back line is really, really quick hands. It hasn't come off from there, but if that is just a little softer, then any seniors are walking early. Now, I saw evidence of that against Lee Leopards in that famous 28-all draw a couple of rounds ago. Just that speed of thought and speed of hands has really added another dimension to this Tigers back line.
It has been mentioned that since he left Hull and came here, it's as if he's got a new lease of life, and the Castleford Tigers have got a lease of life here, and that one, though, unfortunately goes out over the line on the far side.
Yeah, referee's saying no advantage here, so it'll still be a Castleford Tigers possession. It's just an error in the tackle from Harvey Barron. Corey Hall runs 10 metres. Referee's saying, look, no advantage there, so the Castleford Tigers will retain possession, will get another set of 6. And I dare say, mid-set, they might have another crack at this Hull FC right edge in between Reynolds and Briscoe. Don't forget, Reynolds probably had no more than 2 or 3 training sessions with Hull FC. He sits inside Cameron Scott.
Horn then, as the ball comes loose, and McShane Out towards Tex Hoy. Held up 10 metres short. Wood calling for it. Pointing to where he wants to go. Back in it goes. In through to the middle foot. Mellor. Mellor bringing it closer and closer. Horn waits. Decides to go to the right-hand side this time for Westerman. And now it's with Narmo. Narmo forcing his way through. Getting closer and closer to the line. A real battering ram of a player.
Now they've opened it up for a shot back.
They're calling for it on the left side, and they go for it. Way out to the left for McShane. McShane still going towards the corner, going on his own. Paul McShane. What a try from Paul McShane. Rolling back the years, rolling back the defenders, but the referee has seen something he doesn't like. It looks like there's an obstruction or crossing has gone on here, and so it's going to be chalked off.
Obstruction.
Yeah, so it's McShane. The play kind of breaks down, doesn't it? And he goes behind Sam Wood, who impedes Ben Reynolds. And that'll be chalked off. But I tell you what, it will not deter the Castleford Tigers from opening up the field and going again and again and again at that right edge. And that's not, you know, it's not a criticism necessarily of Ben Reynolds. It's just, you know, realisation from Tigers players that this is a new combination that are trying to work and defend together on this right edge for Hull FC. A let-off for the Black and Whites.
Relief for Hull FC, but if you're a Castleford fan, that was absolutely beautiful to watch. Terrific stuff from Paul McShane. Meantime, Ben Reynolds has it for the visitors. Houghton in through the middle. As Sutcliffe goes into Liggy Sow. Stow still in possession as Hull FC regroup. Houghton goes to the right-hand side and to Jack Ashworth. Ashworth is stood up. Last tackle now for the Black and Whites. They have to come up with something here. Houghton plays it short. Truman out towards the right-hand side. And Briscoe will eventually pick up the loose ball, but he's run out of options. And there's the turnover.
Yeah, it was patient defence from the Tigers. They put a bit of inside pressure on Ben Reynolds, made him play maybe a little quicker than he wanted to. And the Tigers get themselves out of jail. This next period is going to be really significant because the Tigers have started fast again in this opening stanza of the second half. Well, let's see if got to go with them.
You could see there from Liam Horn the way he was gesturing. He wanted the ball to come out of the ruck as quick as possible. And it was staying in there. But here comes Westerman, rolling past one tackle, then brought down by the second. Horn again, very quick, through the middle. Waiting for some sort of support, and he finds Tex Hoy. Horn again, who's been such a live wire in this game so far. Milnes with the high ball, hoisted to the back, and yet again, good stuff from Logan Moy. Proving that so far he's been a pretty solid selection for Hull FC this evening. As Barron, over on the far side, is eventually brought down. Here is Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe forced back, and it's good solid defending again from Castleford. As out towards the middle comes Jack Ashworth, and he's done well to offloading the tackle there. Reynolds out on the right-hand side as Cameron Scott is brought down. Briscoe just behind him, in towards Reynolds again. And now Yusuf Aiden. It's a solid set this from Hull FC, and another good kick right into the corner, and another tester.
Nah, it's just gone the wrong side. Yeah, it's gone the wrong side, and it's a 7-tackle set. And it's the first kick.
And look at the speed that Tex Hoy comes away with it.
Yeah, it's the first kick that's dropped in quality from Danny Houghton.
On the attack then with Innes Senior. As Castleford look to rebuild through the middle. Then towards Gary. Just over the halfway line. McShane waits again. And Westerman like a bulldozer through the middle. Just held up by Yusuf Aiden. As Milnes Manages to find Sylvester Narmo 20 metres from the line. And again, from one end of the field to the other, Castleford in this set right up against the Hull defensive line, just over 10 metres rather from the try line on the last tackle. Milnes will hoist a kick into the corner. Up they go, chasing for it. Corey Hall and Gary Gary is there. Narmo's come up with it out to the right-hand side. Castleford score again. It's been incredible stuff in this second half from the home side, but the referee wants to have a look and make sure. He says it's a try on the field. Well, once more, we'll hear from the video referee, Marcus Griffiths.
So it's tackle 5. We have an on-field decision of a try. We're just checking for enough. Come. So we will stop it on the foot. Everybody to the right of the kicker is onside at this point. So we'll go forward. And we're looking for the ball being patted backwards by Castleford. That is the on-field call. So the ball appears to be touched at that point by Hall. We will take a look at camera 8. So the ball has been touched at that point. It goes backwards in relation to the ground. The ball is then picked up by the Castleford Tigers player. And then the ball is grounded.
I'll tell you what, that was a great pickup from Sylvester Narmo as well, following a back from Corey Hall.
And on that lovely big new screen that they've got here at Castleford, the decision will tell you that the Tigers have gone further in front, and Jason Gary gets his first try of the game to increase the home side's leads. And we said that this first try in the second half would be crucial. And with 10 minutes gone in the second half, it's very much advantage to the Tigers now.
Yeah, pinpoint kick from Milnes, competed by Corey Hall. That is some pickup from Sylvester Narmo. You know, that's a middle forward who's bending down, picked it up on the half volley, and he's got the presence of mind to find the outlet in Jason Gary, and isn't he pleased? Another young prospect, still only 20 years of age, Jason Gary, with a 2-year deal in the back pocket and a try to celebrate today. Rome Milnes aims to go 4 from 4 from the tee, and you wouldn't back against him. He's kicking today from hand and from the tee has been good.
He's sliding this one towards the posts, and it's good. 4 from 4 for Milnes, who, looking at his kicking style there, it was Mark Sneed-esque. He was almost with his back to goal, wasn't he?
Yeah, take a look at this pickup here. That is some pickup off his toes from Sylvester Narmo. And Gary, and he's treated us in front of the Sky cameras over the last couple of seasons to some moments of absolute brilliance. That was a little easier, but they all count the same, Jason. They're all 4 points. And a really significant score for the Castleford Tigers.
Home side leading 24 points to 10. And on the attack now, with the ball deep in their own half at the moment, and Narmo, who's come on and given Castleford a little bit of extra impetus in this second half, was the man who was tackled, as Liam Horn, who's been such a live wire so far, finds Corey Hall.
Who's been busy.
He's been a live wire.
He's been busy, really busy, Corey Hall.
Horn again towards the halfway line, evades the first tackle, gets the offload as well. Westerman back in towards Narmo. Takes a couple of players on.
Yeah, it's all
taking the tackle.
It's all getting a little quick for Hull FC at the moment. That second phase stuff from the Tigers, advantage line stuff for the Tigers, and Hull FC are just hanging on to jerseys at the moment, and they've conceded a penalty late in the tackle count as well. 4th tackle.
Yeah, it was Eliel Takim who was brought down there, and Joe Westerman just motioning there that maybe we should have a substitute.
No, I think he's immediately he's calling.
Wants it quick.
He wants to play on. He wants to go for the jugular here. Because I think there's a question whether they took the 2 points. Westerman was having none of it, and away they go again.
And Narmo it is, who is in possession. And every time he goes forward, he's looking to not only win possession, but take some energy out of those Hull defenders. And he's done a pretty good job so far.
Smell blood, the Tigers.
Or towards Westerman, towards McShane. McShane, quick hands again from Hoy, and he might go into the corner. Here's Senior, and he's just managed to get it free. And as McShane regathered possession there, the referee says yes, he has. But the try line was so close there for Eddie Senior. They might get another chance here, though, with Mellor. Just short inside the 10-metre line. Horn wants it played very, very quickly. Brad Fash getting a hand in the tackle there. Here's Westerman, though, lays it off for Narmo. Narmo like a battering ram once more.
Line, boys. Still got it.
Horn waits. Narmo may have picked up an injury there. It's gone to the right-hand side. Mills looking for Hoy. Hoy, inventive stuff. Kick to the corner. Looking for Gary again. It's gone loose. And Hull will eventually diffuse this into the corner. There's panic stations at the back there.
Well, that's all they could do. And they're offside as well on Hull FC, so the Tigers are going to get a fresh set of 6. And Hull FC are looking heavy-legged at the moment. Tex Hoy with a speculator to the corner, out-competed by the Castleford Tigers. Offside the call, Tigers go again. Right, Hull FC, what have you got? Because your backs are to the wall now.
Eliad Zakim is tackled. Horn plays it quickly out to the left side. He's got it himself, though. Liam Horn. Always waiting, but Westerman picks up at dummy half, goes to the right-hand side this time, off the floor for Mills. So Hall, just on the edge of the try line. Hall waiting again. Mellor away to his left, but he goes to his right-hand side instead for Westerman. Play quickly, Horn once again, down the right-hand side, jab down for Mill, and dropped in on that right-hand side for Corey Hall. Tremendous work from the Tigers. And again, they expose that right-hand side, but the referee wants to have another look and make sure he's giving it as a try on the field, but it's up to the video referee to decide.
Yeah, it's just the grounding they're going to be talking about here.
So it's tackle 4. We have an on-field decision of a try. We're going to check onside, offside first. So the ball is paused on the foot. Everybody to the right is onside. So we'll go to the pickup now. The ball is in the hands of the Castleford player. And then we lose view of the ball at that point. So we'll try camera 1. So we know he's gained possession at this point. There doesn't appear to be any separation at that point between the hand and the ball. And the ball appears to be down. We'll just go to camera 2 to make sure there is definitely no separation. So we have a view of the ball at that point. We then lose the ball. The live call is a try, so we'll just take this one. I have a decision.
So once again, we go to the big screen for the decision, and Corey Hall surely has got his first try of the season, and it's been just rewards for a player who has been a live wire throughout the entire game.
Yeah, he's been really busy, industrious, and doing a lot of the hard yards as well. The yardage meters, the tough carries, and he gets his reward. What about this for a kick, though? It's a lovely snap kick, perfectly weighted from Rowan Mills. He had a half a metre to thread the ball through, and it's a fair pickup as well from Corey Hall. So Rowan Mills, who's just provided another try with a lovely kick, has got the opportunity with that left boot to go 5 from 5 from the tee. I'm backing him all the way here, Fraser.
Well, he has been absolutely superb with the boot so far. And he's done it again. 5 from 5 for Rowan Milne. Absolutely superb stuff.
Why are you surprised? I heard
I've seen plenty of them missed.
No surprise in your voice. I don't possess a commentator's curse. I tell you, look, there's a fair bit of skill here. The kick, I think, was perfect. Corey Hall had a bit of work to do there to make sure that ball was grounded cleanly. And Ben Reynolds kicks off short. Ball not back from Hull FC. They do get this back. And they're going to have to go deep into the Castleford Tigers red zone because they need to be the next team to score.
Zach Jebson it was, collecting it as Houghton finds SCSA towards the 10-metre line, and he's still pushing his way through, trying to steal an extra yard or two. Houghton goes short for Truman. Truman, and just a knock on there from Jebson. He'd done such good work in the first place, getting hold of that ball and retaining possession for Hull FC. And on that occasion, just couldn't keep hold of it.
Well, that's where Jake Truman's so good. Gets across defenders. The ball just up around Zach Jebson's shoulders.
Shot clock on.
But he's put the ball down. Look, there's plenty of time left on the clock. There's over a quarter of this game to go. 20 point the difference.
So we just need another back rower, fellas.
Hull FC don't need to score in the next couple of minutes, but they do need to be the next team to score, you feel.
Shot clock off. Okay,
tough run coming up for Castleford over the next few weeks. Leeds away, Wigan at home, Hull, St Helens and London. Some games there that will prove to be real testers, I'm sure. At the moment, Castleford in possession. Hull's next few fixtures, though, probably looking even more difficult. Huddersfield, Leeds, Warrington, Salford and Hull KR. That is a really tough run of fixtures for a side that find themselves in the position that they are right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The Tigers set up again for a shift here down this left-hand side. Are we going to see more silky hands from Texoy? No. It's straight through the middle. It's Route 1 stuff from Namo. And he takes another 3 or 4 valuable metres out of this Hull FC defence. Milnes, the kicking game again. This one is a little shallower, invites Briscoe onto it, and that's some take. Really good take from the veteran in his second spell at Hull FC, Tom Briscoe.
Showing all his years of experience there.
I think it's his 150th appearance combined in 2 spells with Hull FC today.
It is indeed his 150th for Hull over the course of the 2 spells.
Just proving I do more. I read the notes.
He did score 90 tries in 147 games in his first spell for Hull between 2008 and 2013.
And we both say thank you to Ian Proctor for providing us with that information.
The knowledge. As Hull FC find Jake Troopman and now Ben Reynolds. Just short of the 20 on the 5th.
Sylvester.
Truman holds his hands in the air. He wants it. Out it comes. And Truman with a kick in towards the corner. Briscoe chasing after this one. It's pushed back. It'll be picked up nicely. Hull with an opportunity. Truman might finish it off. He can't get it out to one of his own players. And Castleford gobble it up gleefully.
Yeah, offloaded to George Griffin.
Just early. Yeah, play the ball.
It's a decent piece of set-up play, and then Morgan Smith has just found Jake Truman. Truman's offloaded, and George Griffin is there to tidy up for the Tigers.
On the mark, Sam, on the mark. Goal 1.
And you've got backs again. I love the way they've spread the workload, the Castleford Tigers. You've seen this. You've seen Hall and Gary from the right wing, Senior and Wood from the left. The 3-quarters getting in, taking those early carries. Here comes Alex Mellor, crashes into the Hull FC defence.
Hall makes it dummy half. He's got Weston away to his right-hand side, which he goes for. And then Eli El-Zakim on the right flank. Plenty of players in black and yellow waiting for the ball, keen and eager to try and receive, one of which is Westerman, another of the stalwarts here at the Jungle. Hoisted ball from Rowan Milnes. Corey Hall chasing after it on the right-hand side, but taken well once more by Logan Moy, who's had a fairly solid game, I would say, at fullback.
Yeah, look, it's a really difficult position to play anyway. To come in as a young lad and play at the fullback in a team that's, you know, frankly not performing well and consistently not performing well. It's a huge ask. I think he's shown up really well.
By contrast, experience-wise, here is Tom Briscoe. Smith
Oh, he's gone to the
waiting
side,
for
three.
a loose ball. As Sow comes
Still
away
three.
with it.
Right, it's SAS, and it's a great
sorry.
carry. You know, it's a great carry.
Release him.
That may just have rescued
Go
the set.
four.
Because now they play on the front foot, Hull FC.
Yeah.
Nice work from Cam Scott. As, he is tied up in the tackle.
Hold now. Hold
Smith
it.
waits again.
Keep going, mate. Keep going. It's too late. When he played it.
And a left boot this time of Jake Truman. It's a swirler. Dealt with well again.
That's a good take, is that? Now, Ben Reynolds,
Go one.
physio has been treating him off camera, and he has got the thumbs up, but he's taken a fair whack as he's passed the ball.
Hold now. Hold.
As Ben Reynolds, it's a smart take.
Gingerly getting back into the line, Ben Reynolds, and still struggling. Looks like he's maybe his left knee that's a problem.
Go third.
Castleford on the attack, though. In the meantime,
Now. Harold Tiake.
McShane again, waiting from the pass back from Sam Wood. He's pushing out to the right-hand side with Sam Hall.
Go five.
Hall brings it back in again, and another high hoisted ball. The Leopards have increased their lead at Huddersfield by 14 points to 4. Adding the other game down the road.
No. He's come up on a neutral. Go one. That's you, Hardy.
NFC, what have they got into the last 18 minutes of the game?
Hold those. Hold it.
As Ben Reynolds, who looks like he's happily running again now, and is to find Liggy Sow. Now waiting to be able to release the ball. As Morgan Smith gets it out through the middle again. Still going, still in possession.
Go four.
Yusuf Aiden it was. He was eventually tackled.
Five. Police. Go five.
Morgan Smith again, out towards the right-hand side. A little chip through. Castleford. And Texoy, that man again.
Yeah, nice.
All over the place at the back, hasn't he? Covering every inch of grass.
Nicely tidied up, and a brilliant first carry for the senior. He's taken 20 metres out of the Hull FC defence. That's exactly the way. This is exactly what you want from your outside backs to start sets. Tough carry off the back of that from Sam Wood. That's better dealt with from Hull FC. But what about that for a way to start your sets? I tell you, if you're a middle forward there for the Tigers and you're sucking in the big ones, that's absolutely gold for you.
Got a big round of applause as well from the home crowd. Very much appreciative of that particular run. Here's another one from Texoy. Just over the halfway line. This is the fifth. As McShane find Milne, and Milne was hit late on the challenge there as he hacked it forward. But he's up on his feet and running again.
Go one.
Barron. Ball down in the tackle.
Hold it. Go two.
As Hull push away with Smith in towards Truman.
Still two.
Nice little offloads, and Moy now.
Still two.
Long pass up towards the near side. Liggy Sow does well to keep the ball in play, as does Cam Scott, and now Tom Briscoe running at the defenders. They're still keen to try and keep the ball alive with the offloads here, as Morgan Smith brings it back in through to the middle, trying to find a gap in the Castleford defence. Ben Reynolds waits now, as Hull have got themselves just a little bit of momentum here to get back in the game, perhaps, as SESE loses it in possession, but it's gone backwards, and they've still got possession here with Liam Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe back inside, still back inside. Oh, what a finish! Absolutely brilliant finish from Jackie Chan. Liam Sutcliffe set it up. Jackie Chan finished it off, but the referee has decided he wants to have another look. Try on the field. Let's go upstairs once again to Marcus Griffiths.
It's tackle 4. We have an on-field decision of a try. We're just checking the ground in. So at this point, the Hull FC player is in possession of the ball. And the ball is grounded. I have a decision.
Well, it all came about thanks to some brilliant work from Liam Sutcliffe, but Tiaki Chan with a great finish underneath the posts. And no surprise that it is indeed a try. So Hull have managed to pull one back, and they'll get another couple of points here, no doubt, from Ben Reynolds, because he's right in front of the posts. Over it goes. And we have a 16-point ball game.
Yeah, and it was an amazing run back on the inside from Liam Sutcliffe. I thought there was a pass option there, but he's instead ridden the tackle. And Jackie Chan, in his second game during his loan period from the Wigan Warriors, was sent out by the Warriors to get some game time. It's exactly what he's got. And the kick easily converted by Ben Reynolds. We've got a 14-point ball game.
That was never my strong point.
It probably doesn't reflect the one-sidedness of this game, because I think the Tigers have been the dominant team, clearly the dominant team. But that's a decent piece of broken field play. And there's Chan backing up his try with a no-nonsense carry.
They still need to score a few more to get back in the game, but the very fact that they are still in this game and still giving it a good go bodes well for Simon Griggs going forward.
Tell you what, I like Tiaki Chan. Older viewers will remember his dad Alex, who's now involved in the back room at the Catalan Dragons. Melbourne fans will know, and Catalan fans will know Joe Chan, the old other brother, who's plying his trade now, doing well down in Melbourne.
They do like him very, very much at Wigan. I know the backroom staff there rate him very, very highly.
In the back, nothing in that.
Ben Reynolds then trying to feed it out towards Tom Briscoe, who's managed to wriggle away from one tackle and gets the ball back inside for Cameron Scott. It's one. Oh no! Oh, so close. So close for Hull FC to maybe get their way back into the game there.
Try bombed. How big is that 5 seconds in the context of this game? Briscoe on the half volley, back inside to Scott. Scott finds Reynolds. Reynolds just can't hold on. White line fever, saw the line, saw the try-scoring opportunity. Oh, I bet he wishes he could wind the clock back 30 seconds and say, just don't snatch at it, Ben. Because you could have reduced the arrears and made a real grandstand finish to this game. What a let-off for the home side.
As it stands, the home side are on their own 10-metre line, and Corey Hall has it. I have to say, you will, if you're Simon Griggs, you must surely be taking some positives from this performance when you compare it to some of the more recent ones that we've seen from Hull FC.
Look, there's definitely issues. There are baked-in issues this season in that Hull FC side, and it does revolve around that defensive robustness and the discipline. You know, Simon Griggs was keen to say it's discipline about not just giving penalties away, but about where they turn balls over and everything else. I think today we do take that literal interpretation. The defence discipline in terms of conceding high shots, offsides, that has been poor. But I'll tell you what, they're still in this game. They're right in this game.
Just in case you missed it, of course, the news coming through earlier this week that John Cartwright will be taking over as head coach from next season. He comes here with bags of NRL experience. And the Black and Whites hierarchy very much hoping that he will be the man to turn their fortunes around.
Yeah, and he joins from a really good organisation as well, doesn't he? Spent a lot of time in the back room there at Brisbane.
Saints have extended their lead over Leeds, 24 points to 10. Elsewhere tonight. Reynolds tackled, and Schumann out towards the middle. Here's Chan. Just over the halfway line. As Smith waits for it towards the right-hand side for Reynolds. And Schumann swims it in towards the right-hand side. Briscoe chasing after this one. A good little touch from Briscoe. Just a little bit too far forward.
Yeah, he could do nothing else though, Texoy. I don't think he got communication to say how close or far Briscoe was, and he's just had to make that ball dead, and he was the right call as well. And it's a lovely little kick from Cameron Scott. Soccer skills from Briscoe. and Texoy takes it dead. Well, the shackles have come off for Hull FC. They've decided to play, and Lingard's nervous. The Castleford head coach is nervous, because a try here for Hull FC will set up a grandstand finish.
He's prowling on the touchline. Craig Lingard. They make a bit of a hash of the collection of the ball. Hull FC and put themselves a bit more on the back foot as Tieki Chan will have to take the tackle midway through his own half. And there's just been a little bit of indecisiveness occasionally when those balls have gone high into the corners. Here's SCSA for the visitors. As Smith down to the right-hand side. Truman offloading to Reynolds. Reynolds to Scott. And now to Barron. Barron with a chip ball over the top. Bit of inventiveness coming to the fore now for Hull FC. And once again, the home side have to kick the ball down.
Yeah, safety first from Alex Mellor. Another repeat set. Well, they're not standing on ceremony, are they? They've decided to play. They've decided to really open up, and Harvey Barron's kick on the fly forced Alex Mellor into conceding another repeat set.
Fair play, the attitude from Hull FC seems to be good. Despite the fact that they are still 14 points behind, they're giving it a good go as Briscoe comes forward. Tons more action coming over the course of the weekend here on Sky Sports. Of course, the only place where you can see every Super League game live.
Right, Jake Truman just got to get his hands on the ball here.
And here he is, out wide to Reynolds. Oh, big hit. Big hit going in. Hull, however, still coming forward. 10 metres from the line. They smell a chance here. SCS it. Piling his way forward. Down to the right-hand side for Truman. Over the top, and it's Ben Reynolds again. He just can't hold on to a ball at the moment. To be fair, some of the passes to him have not been the best.
Yeah, I just don't think the shape was right from Ben Reynolds. He needs to be deeper and closer to Truman. There's the knock on. I just think he needs to be tucked a little more. And what about this for a shot? That is a brilliant tackle from Jason Gary. Perfectly legal, perfectly timed.
Logan Moy knows he's in the game now, if he didn't already. Castleford in possession then, and McShane. He's also had a fantastic game for the home side this evening.
And the Tigers have responded. All FC throwing this around a bit. They started to make real penetrative runs, so they brought this man back on, Joe Westerman. He's had a short spell on the sidelines. I think he'll be on now to see out this game and try and shore up this middle.
Goal third.
7.5 minutes remaining. Have Hull FC got something left in the tank to try and force a grandstand finish as Sam Wood takes the tackle?
Goal 4.
McShane out towards Westerman. Westerman still held up. This is the 5th. Liam Horn wants it played quickly, and he finds McShane. Hoisted high ball up the top. What effect would that tackle have on Logan Moy? Well, he's done well again to keep possession.
Yeah, it's a good
keep
take.
his sides in good nick.
It's a good take because he had Alex Mellor flying through his field of vision as he committed to that ball, but he's done well. He's kept his eyes on it. Now then, Hull FC do face a bit of time pressure here. The scoreboard pressure, of course, but they've now got under 7 minutes to score 2 tries and convert them both.
And through to the middle.
And more.
Goal 4.
Jordan Lane it was, he was tackled, and Truman. Good hands out towards Harvey Barron. Barron's got pace here, he's got space, he's gone for the kick, in towards the edge of the try line. Oh, and dabbed down by Jake Truman. Terrific finishing from Jake Truman. No need to see what the video referee thinks, because the man on the middle has decided that is a terrific finish from Jake Truman.
Well, Harvey Barron has shown that the first quality kick that forced a repeat set was no fluke, because that was an absolute perler. And Truman, he didn't even really get a bouncing ball, didn't get a favourable bounce, did he? But it didn't matter. And the extras have been added in double quick time from Ben Reynolds. and it's an 8-point ball game, and there is time. We said that there was time pressure, we said that there was scoreboard pressure, and Hull FC have stood up. And the Castleford Tigers team, they're slow to walk back because they're looking a little shell-shocked at the moment. On around that 65-minute mark, there was a change in it. I don't know, there was a rallying call that went up around the Hull FC players and said, right, we got to do something a little differently here because we're not penetrating this Castleford Tigers line. And 2 quick-fire tries from Tiaki Chan and now Jake Truman, and there's just over 5 minutes left in the game and 8 points in it.
Here we go. Hold on to your hats. Grandstand finish here at the Menderhose Jungle, and it's the visitors, having just scored, who will receive the ball again.
Tiaki Chan off the back fence as only he knows how. Here's Jack Ashworth with another barnstorming run.
8,269 in here tonight to watch this one. It's always a cracking atmosphere here at the Jungle, and it has been tonight, but the home crowd have gone a little bit quiet at the moment because Hull FC are on the rampage again, and it's Liam Sutcliffe who's been brought down the halfway line, and all of a sudden there is a rush of excitement amongst the away team. They sense it, they feel it. They're into the Castleford half here. What a comeback this would be if they were to pull something out of the bag.
Great
for
tackle.
This one.
Brilliant tackle, Westman.
goes down. Here's Smith now. Smith with a hoisted ball into the corner. They're chasing after it. Gary manages to keep it away, and now Texoy comes up with a spare ball.
Tell you what, Jason Gary's done exceptionally well there. Bobbled the first, made sure it went back, cleaned up on the second occasion, and Texoy has recovered the situation. Just with reference to the crowd, over 8,000 people in here as we watch Texoy clean up. It's a brilliant effort from all the backroom staff involved in the Castleford Tigers. It's a loyal fan base here, but they haven't had much to shout about this season. So to get over 8,000 in here for a bottom of the table game, I think is some accomplishment, and kudos to everybody who worked so hard behind the scenes here.
He's at it again, Sylvester Namo, smashing his way through the middle and causing the Hull defence all manner of problems. A long hoisted ball. Oh, that's fortunate as far as Castleford are concerned, because it's kept in play and it's put Tom Briscoe and his Hull side deep in their own territory as they defend against the ball. Castleford.
Yeah, that right-hand stick could be Castleford Tigers' best friend, because Texoy had overcooked that kick. Here comes Tiaki Chan again. Bumps off Paul McShane, who comes back for more.
Some big hits have gone in this second half. There was another one as Reynolds manages to find SAS. A great offload to Reynolds again. Back inside looking for Truman. And they want to play this ball as quick as they possibly can here, Hull, and they're calling for the referee, who's got a set restart given. And Hull in possession. They've got to play it down in back play, though. They can take their time now here with Ashdown, but they want to have it through towards Truman. Truman plays it short for Reynolds. Down the right-hand side, it's come off Jackie Chan. And he's gone from hero to villain a little bit there, perhaps.
Do you know what I've noticed about the Hull FC attack? It's the tempo they're playing with. So you've got Jake Truman, Morgan Smith, Ben Reynolds, and they're slowing the play down and then having players playing at a different tempo off them, and it's really confusing the Castleford Tigers defence. And Chiaki Chan is just not able to drag that ball in. SASA, I think, is suffering with cramp.
He was the one down in back play.
Yeah, he's late to the scrum. You'll see him pop in just from your screen there. Yeah, he was receiving treatment for cramp.
But it's just a marker of how much both sides are busting a gut in this final stages of the game to desperately try and either keep hold of these 2 points for if you're a Castleford player, or try and steal 2 points if you're a Hull player. But neither side has really given an inch throughout the game. And look at that, big tackle still going in, left, right and centre. Here's Horn in towards Narmo, and John, you've got the unenviable task of picking a Betfred player of the match in a minute or two.
No, it's a privilege to be able to pick a player of the match, and there's been plenty of candidates here. None more than this man, Liam Horn, who's been a real thorn in the side of Hull FC. I think Joe Westerman's had another great stint in 2 parts, but my player of the match is the man who's just put that ball into touch. I think Rowan Milnes has had an absolutely outstanding game. He's been perfect off the tee, 5 from 5, and his all-round kicking game, and that's the latest example, has been a real menace to the visitors. He's kicked them to death.
That was my point. It was unenviable because you had so many candidates.
Yeah, look, you know, it is. It's been a real team performance. You know, sometimes it's a little cruel, isn't it, to have to single out one player. But Craig Lingard, I don't think he'd have too many complaints at seeing his halfback, who, to be fair, has had a mixed start to the season. Really found his feet in the last 2 or 3 rounds. Yeah, the Betfred player of the match for round 12 goes to Rowan Milnes. He's
had an absolutely superb game. But then you could say that of an awful lot of players, particularly on the Castleford side. Let's see if players from the whole side will have covered themselves in glory tonight. I think as far as going forward is concerned, I think Simon Briggs will be very happy. But it's Craig Lingard who will be the happier of the coaches, because Castleford Tigers have seen it out. A late show from Hull FC. But the home side are taking the 2 points home, and Craig Lingard will be absolutely delighted with the way his team have performed tonight.
Yeah, of course he will. And look, he's the first to go and congratulate the rest of his backroom staff, the subs who have played a huge part in this game. And the chairman, Ian Fulton, with a smile on his face. Trust me, that's not something you see often. So, you know, a really, really valuable win for the Castleford Tigers, Fraser.
It's been an absolutely brilliant game of rugby league. Castleford Tigers eventually running out winners against Hull FC by 30 points to 22. A real ding-dong battle this evening. Castleford Tigers in the ascendancy for the early part of the game, but Castleford pushed and pushed all the way, particularly in the second half. It was a late show from Hull FC, who seemed to throw off the shackles. But the Tigers have managed to see it home. They'll be taking home the 2 points, and they've won this game against Hull FC. What a game it's been. Join us again soon. Welcome back to the Mendo's Jungle. It's been an absolute cracker here. Castleford Tigers eventually running out 30 points to 22 winners against Hull FC, but it was a ding-dong battle here tonight. Tries going in all over the place. Some big hits as well. It really was an entertaining game. These two sides have had miserable starts to this season. Only 3 wins between them going into this game. But now Castleford Tigers picking up their 3rd win of the season. Let's take you through what else has been going on this evening elsewhere in round 12 of the Betfred Super League. Lee Leopards getting another win at Huddersfield Giants, who seem to be having a real nightmare of a time at the moment after the Cup exits not so long ago, and St Helens eventually running out 40 points to 10 winners against the Leeds Rhinos. Well, there were so many players who had terrific performances for the Castleford Tigers here tonight, but John Wells had to single one of them out, and it's this man, Rowan Milnes. Many congratulations. You're the Betfred player of the game tonight, Rowan. How delighted is everybody, not only with that result, but with the performance tonight?
Yeah, really happy, mate. It's good for the club, good for the fans. You know, we had that week off last week, the Challenge Cup weekend. Last time out, we didn't really put a performance in that we were happy with, and a bit embarrassing, to be honest. So it's really nice to be able to turn it around and give these fans something to cheer about.
How pleased were you with your own performance tonight? Because your kicking game was absolutely spot on. You kicked them to death tonight.
I don't know about that. It's still stuff to work on. No, it's something that I need to work on, really, and obviously as I'm getting a bit older now, need to start stepping up a bit more and taking more control. So that's what I'm trying to do, and you know, finishes in good areas to claim territory and, you know, stay on top of the opposition. So still plenty to work on, but yeah, pretty happy tonight.
Rowan, it's John Wells here. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the individual award. You pick up your 3rd win of the season. I want to ask you about the stuff that's going on off the field, both to the infrastructure in the ground and the signings of a lot of the young talent in the Castleford Tigers squad. Is that feeding through into confidence on the field?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, we didn't get off to the start we wanted at the start of the season. You know, probably the last month or so we've seen, you know, we've had some ins, some outs, some exciting young players come join us. You know, we've seen Corey tonight. I thought you were outstanding. So it's, you know, it's really good. We've got a young group, bit of an experience, and you know, there's always stuff to work on and stuff that we're learning from each week. But the future's bright.
And just how much confidence will give everybody in the side tonight, Rowan, after a performance like that, and going into the small matter of a game against Leeds next week?
Yeah, it's a big one. It's what the fans tell me about every week. You know, that's the big one for them. So it's good to get another win on the board, and hopefully we can start looking at the table now rather than, you know, down at the bottom, start chasing them teams above us.
And we're just seeing your coach, Craig Lingard, having photos and big cheesy grins as he gets selfies with some of the fans here tonight. What does he like to work for, and how much is he starting to get through to the players now, do you think?
Yeah, he's great. He'll enjoy that one tonight. You know, I think we give him a bit of a scare there towards the end, so I'm sure he'll be pretty relieved tonight. So, you know, we're going to enjoy this, but, you know, it's just another win. We'll go next week now. You know, it's a long season. We can't look too far ahead of ourselves. Just take it a week at a time.
Well done tonight, Rowan. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. You're the Betfred player of the match. Well done. Go and enjoy the celebrations, and maybe go and help Craig out there with a few of the selfies that are going on as well. He had a great game, didn't he, tonight?
Yeah, he did. I think, you know, there was a try in there, try assist in there. He understates himself. His kicking game was outstanding, and we got evidence of that, didn't we, very early on in the second half. That steepling bomb to Corey Hall, and then Sylvester Namo to Jason Garigari. But take a look at this for a pick-up. When Corey Hall knocks this ball back, look at where Sylvester Namo picks this ball up off his toes, and then he has the presence of mind to find Garigari, who crosses to take that to 24 points to 10. That score was then opened up to 30 points to 10, a 20-point margin on 54 minutes as Corey Hall crossed again from the boot of Milnes. It's a brilliant kick that threaded the Hull FC defence, and Corey Hall, judged by the video referee, just to have held on long enough. Now that 20-point margin was chipped away at in the last quarter of the game with some enterprising stuff. Hull FC, as we said, they opened up a little bit, and some nice changes of tempo in the middle of all this, and then when Liam Sutcliffe crabs back across field, he actually has Morgan Smith as an outlet on one side, or Ryan Reynolds on the right-hand side. He passes it to Tiaki Chan eventually, who gets the score underneath the sticks, 30 points to 16, and that was reduced again to the 8-point winning margin that the Castleford Tigers finally, and I think rather nervously from a home fan's perspective, enjoyed at the final whistle after this piece of brilliance down the left-hand flank from Harvey Barron, and a great kick back on the inside. Truman follows up. He scored underneath the sticks. That was converted by Ben Reynolds, but maybe too little, too late from the visit inside. Some nervy minutes in the last 15 for the home fans, but the Tigers get their 3rd win of the season.
It's been an absolute cracker of a game here. Been some real battles as well in the rest of Super League tonight. A latest score from the John Smiths as Huddersfield losing to Lee Leopards 16-10 at the moment, and St Helens 40 points to 10 victors over the Leeds Rhinos. Tons more to come over the course of the rest of the weekend. At the moment, this is how things affect the table. Castleford and Hull still in the same position, but it's looking a little bit brighter perhaps for Castleford, and the opportunity to get a little bit closer to the Lee Leopards just above them. Loads coming up over the course of the weekend, a massive weekend of sport. All the NRL action coming up for you on Saturday and Sunday. Cronulla, Penrith, that'll be an absolute belter. John Wells will be glued to that one, I can tell you. Rest of the Super League action as well going on this weekend. Two really mouth-watering ties as Catalans take on Warrington and Salford take on Wigan. We finish off with London versus Hull KR. We have, of course, then got the best of the best, the Monaco Grand Prix, one of the hardest there is in Formula One. And we finish off the multi-million pound game, the championship final, Leeds versus Southampton, 2 p.m. on Sunday. We've had a fantastic game here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.